Hi, in this lesson, you'll learn about terms of service and privacy policies. So what are terms of service? In short, terms of service are a legal contract between a software company and you, the user. Most websites and software companies have them, but they're not required. They are designed to protect a company's rights. So typically, terms of service contain several different pieces. A jurisdiction where the contract is legal, a disclaimer or limited liability, which is usually saying something to the effect that if their software breaks something else on your computer, they're not responsible for fixing that. They also usually spell out how the software can be used, how to create an account, and when and why they can terminate your account. So let's take a look at Google's terms of service. Google is known as having a well-organized terms of service document. Companies change their terms of service over time, so this may not look like the latest terms of service from Google, but it's still a good thing to look through right now. So the first thing we said that a terms of service contains is a jurisdiction. In the introduction, we find that even though Google is based in California, they're chartered in Delaware, which makes the laws for Delaware and the United States as the effective jurisdiction. The disclaimer and liability is found in the "in case of problems" section. Google also outlines permitted uses for their products in the using Google services section. Google outlines how to create an account at the top and when and how an account may be terminated below. As mentioned before, Google tends to have a well-organized terms of service section, making it easy to find key components. Let's shift gears and look at privacy policy. Like the terms of service, a privacy policy is a legal contract. However, there are several key differences. Privacy policies outline what and how a website uses data, and they're designed to protect the user's rights. Another key difference is that they're not optional. Companies that collect data are required to have privacy policies in place. So what are some of the key points of a privacy policy? The basic information is what data is collected and how it's used. Beyond that, privacy policies outline the steps that it takes to secure your data, and if applicable, how to opt out of any solicitations or data sharing that may be used. Finally, you will also see an effective date when the current privacy policy goes into effect. So let's look again at Google as a case study. Like the terms of service, Google's privacy policy is well organized. The first thing we can note is the effective date. As with the terms of service, these may not be the most up-to-date version of Google's privacy policy, but we can see that this particular version went into effect at the end of 2022. To find out what data is collected, Google makes this easy by creating a section called Information Google Collects. Under the Why Google Collects data section, you can find how Google uses your data. Google outlines the steps they take to secure your data in the Keeping Your Information Secure section. And finally, Google tells you how you can remove your data at any point in time. Since Google doesn't send out marketing emails directly from this service, they do not outline how to opt out of email solicitations. But it is important to note that some Google products may send out emails, but they would be described in the opt-out process for those privacy policies. So that's all we're going to look at here, and go ahead and explore some on your own.